Hi, it's Danny from Danny's Sports Bar here in Pattaya, looking ahead at the week in the world of sports. And this week, the Champions League returns, the UEFA Champions League, best teams in Europe. And we have a real treat this week because we have 18 games, as we'll have in each of the game weeks. But this week, they've spread them over 3 days. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, 6 games each night. Some big games each night. Tuesday, Juventus, Dortmund. We have both Spurs and Arsenal in action also. Wednesday night, we have Liverpool and Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich against Chelsea. Thursday night, Newcastle against Barcelona. Those are just some of the games. Big teams from all over Europe playing each of the 3 nights. And it should be great. It's going to go on. This league stage goes on all the way into January. Of course, we'll go all the way on to the end of May before we get a Champions League winner. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, the defending champion. We have Champions League during the week, but we still have the European domestic leagues on the weekend, and then the Premier League, a couple of big games to talk about this weekend. The first game of the weekend, the Merseyside Derby, Liverpool against Everton. That'll be 6:30 on Saturday night, and it's always a big game, not just for the people there, but it's a big game in terms of the league, because no matter what Everton are doing, and they do look a little bit better this season, but they always seem to give Liverpool a good run for their money in those games. The last game of the weekend, Sunday at 10:30 p.m., Arsenal against Manchester City. Man City not off to the greatest of starts this year, although they did pretty much handle Manchester United and the Manchester Derby over the past weekend. But another test for Arsenal. They went to Liverpool and they didn't get a win. This is another test against a big team for them. But we have a full weekend of Premier League games and games, of course, from the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga. Big game this weekend in Holland too, Ajax and PSV. There's plenty of football, obviously, and other kinds of football also, because we'll have in Australia the preliminary finals in the AFL. That means the 2 games that will determine who plays next week in the grand final at the MCG. The games this weekend, on Friday, Geelong against Hawthorn, and on Saturday, Collingwood against the Brisbane Lions. 4 pretty good teams. Hawthorn will probably be the outsider out of those 4. Collingwood and Geelong, the home teams, and we would have to say the favorites in those games. But the finals have been exciting so far, and no reason to think it will be any different. In the NRL this weekend, the semifinals, and that'll be Canberra against the Cronulla Sharks on Saturday, and then on Sunday, real interesting matchup in Sydney. It'll be the Bulldogs playing at home, although really home doesn't matter this much in this case because the stadium is pretty close to both teams, the Penrith Panthers, who opened their finals time by beating the Warriors pretty handily in Auckland last weekend. They, of course, are the 4-time defending champions who only finished 7th in the league this season. It's also a Formula One weekend this weekend. It's in Azerbaijan. That means the race is a bit early our time, which may be a good thing because we get out of the way before some of the football starts. 6 p.m. race time on Sunday. And Sunday night, of course, NFL again. We've been getting good crowds the first couple of weeks for the NFL. No reason we wouldn't expect to see it again this weekend, especially because not only 9 games, but one of the games, Rams against the Eagles, 2 teams that not so long ago played in the playoffs against each other, and both have won Super Bowls in recent years. Of course, the Eagles, the defending champions, the defending Super Bowl champions, coming off a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, who they've also played in the Super Bowl back in February. So we've got Champions League, we've got Premier League, we've got Formula One, we've got AFL, we've got NRL, we've got the NFL. I'm sure there's plenty more going on, including the World Athletics Championships. Just come see us and you'll find out.